Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for watching the production video that Halcyon has gifted us with. And I hope some of these new producers and even people who have been producing have learned some things. And also, it's nice to see the breakdown of this marvelous track that is out on the compilation album of Chapter 5. So, first things first, now that we've got the breakdown of the track, let's talk about you as an artist. Where did you get your artist name?
The name came from a game of Jeopardy, believe it or not.
A game of Jeopardy. Okay.
Yeah, my girlfriend likes to watch Jeopardy, and one of my good buddies was over, and I think one of the categories we had been thinking about like a DJ name. I hadn't even started producing yet. I was just kind of like thinking about it in my head, wondering if I should try it or not. So, but there was a category that said things that end in ium, I-U-M. And we still can't figure out who said it first, but one of us was just like, Halcyon, that's probably it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds dope. Let's go with that.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So you guys watch it often, Jeopardy, or?
It goes in spurts. I mean, with streaming now, you kind of like watch a bunch of something and then you watch a bunch of something else. So we're not on it right now, but we went, we did like 6 months of it.
Right. Oh yeah. Hey, you learned some things in that show. I will say. Alex Trebek, R.I.P. So what started first for you, producing or DJing?
Definitely producing.
Producing. So where would you say that you started off when you got into production?
Where did I start off? Man, so I have a friend that's been in like the festival scene for a long time, like 10 years. Like he works with vendors and at the shows, he's got his hand in all these different places. He had a buddy, obviously, that was a producer. So he hooked me up with him, and he started giving me lessons like right off the bat. I just downloaded Ableton. He told me to get Ableton. He's like, Ableton, that's the one to get. So
yeah, that was gonna be my next question. So now that you're on Ableton, do you find it very beneficial though that you had somebody who was almost like a mentor to you, someone who could actually show you how to at least upload a VST into your DAW and things along those matters, kind of like a helpful guidance?
Yeah, I've had a couple now. So yeah. I mean, that guy at the beginning definitely was really helpful. Like figure my way out around like the ecosystem, of Ableton. Like, yeah, it was first time you open it, you don't know how to do anything. You can't do anything. So yeah, for sure. It's super beneficial to find somebody that can mentor you.
Absolutely. So now, speaking of mentors, who are some inspirations to you in the music scene?
Inspirations. I mean, big guys, like Chami's really the reason why I started making music. Before I used to listen to a bunch of dance stuff all the way back, like some old Chicago house stuff was kind of what got me started into it. And then I used to listen to a bunch of trance stuff like in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, once I heard Chami, I never heard anything like it. So
yeah, and you remember it. You remember that.
That's what made me want to be a producer, was when I first heard, I think it was Afterlife or something like that.
Absolutely. So you've been listening, in essence, you've been listening to electronic music for quite some time now, because back in the day, obviously, we didn't have these new subgenres of house music like G house and bass house. We kind of just had that Chicago style house, some trance music, and then kind of got around the festival era of like the progressive, like big room, like style. So did you just start out back in the day just listening to this music, and you're like, as the years went on, kind of just transitioned into the newer age of the electronic music?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I had a family member show me, all the old school Chicago house stuff when I was like 13, I think.
Okay.
And my mind was just blown. But I remember listening to like Daft Punk and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mind was definitely blown when I heard some of that. And then just as it started evolving, like when dubstep came out, that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
I like going to see some of that kind of stuff. But yeah, then as more of the subgenres and things like that started branching off, just pick up on it,
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I want to talk about social media. Now, I've been following you on social media for some time now, and I know that you like to make your TikTok slash reels for Instagram to kind of get more content out there for either your new music or for you to gravitate to other people, for them to find out who you are in the audience. Can you speak more on what made you start making these TikToks and reels?
I follow a guy named Damian Keys. Have you heard of him?
Damien Keys, yeah.
Okay. So I take his like course, and he was talking about how it's pretty much you have to do it. You
Yeah.
have to get into it. If you're not, you're going to be left behind. And so it just made me think twice about it. I just started doing some research, and it makes a lot of sense. Just staying on top of people, like top of people's minds, like it gives you so many different ways that you, like I said, market a song that's coming up, or just anything. Like this whole week that the release is going to be coming out, I've been doing different stuff, different skits or different different transition videos or whatever it is, and it's just one more time that everybody keeps hearing the song, and it helps. And there's people out there that are making a living just posting, on social media, not regardless of music people.
Right.
So that was the other thing. I was like, man, okay, if I can figure out a way to monetize that on top of the music, then I might really have something. So that's kind of one of the motivations too.
Yeah, and it's like if you're not going to give it your all, then what's the point of giving any effort at in the first place? Kind of style.
Well, yeah, and everybody's goals are different, but
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to do.
Well, you
forever.
definitely have it
So,
down. I was reading a thing about engagement where it said something along the lines, if you need to post 3 times a day, or not 3 times a week, with like a minimum of 3 story posts a day to like grow your audience and do all this stuff. And I'm like, it's a lot of content. And a lot of times people have a hard time thinking about the content to push, but following you, you always do have a certain amount of lined up of, what you're going to do, what skits you're going to do, what little video things to give a little demo. So like, it's actually cool. Cause I feel like I'm kind of learning from you, seeing how you're kind of pushing things out on how you like to promote your music and how you engage with your audience and the constant content that you're able to push out. I mean, hey, that not a lot of people can do that. So that is great. That I love to see it. And I hope nothing but the best for it. And you keep gravitating the audience that you want, especially on TikTok, because that's where everyone who's blowing up, they don't need to have a huge following to get those numbers. They don't need to, you just need to make videos and have constant content. Next thing you know, it just takes one lucky video, and then thousands and thousands of people are knowing who you are.
right. It's kind of like the song thing. Like you could be one song away, from something. Same thing with the video. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's
same thing with the video.
worth it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and the less it feels like work. Like I batch everything together. I batch it all, on a day or two. Like it's starting to bleed into 2 days now, because I'm doing like 4 or 5 videos a day now. But
Right.
I do it all at once. I don't do it every day, and
Right.
that helps.
I guess that makes sense. You just knock it all out in one day, and then just over time you spread it out. That makes more sense.
Exactly.
So you have done a collaboration with another artist that is actually being featured on Chapter 5. He goes by the name Juice the DJ. Now you guys had your track. You guys had your track on there, Catch the Vibe, which was released on Gold Digger, heater of a track, on my playlist, on my SoundCloud, reposted. It is a banger of a tune. What can we expect in the future with you to collaborate with other electronic artists, or did you feel like you're kind of just not really focusing on collaborating, more just focusing on growing your own artist brand?
I'm always focused on growing my own artist brand, but I'm always open to working with other people. I have tried to like reach out to somebody before, and we've tried to like work it out. I seem to work better when like I see that there's like a fit for like somebody else's style. So like with Juice, I had that song like 80-90% there, but it was missing something. And I was like, I know what Juice has, and I was like, if I send it to him and he likes it, he'll be able to add exactly what it needs. And that's why it sounds the way that it does. So I think it's more like opportunity, So
Oh yeah.
I do have another collab that's going to be coming out sometime this year. That's going to be a big one.
Okay.
So they just happen sometimes, So sometimes they happen just naturally, and sometimes you try to plan them. The ones I've
And they
tried
don't
to
work
plan
out.
worked out too well. Yeah.
100%. Oh, I mean, I know that far too well. Far too well.
Yeah.
So walk me through a day in a life from the moment you wake up, from the moment you go to bed. What are the events that take place in your life?
I boy, I wake up, try to usually wake up between 6:30 and 7. I live with my girlfriend and we have a dog, so we just hang out for a little bit. But then in the morning, I try to do like my workouts. I do yoga and other like hit type of workouts. So I do that every morning
Okay.
and do some meditation in the morning, eat some breakfast, and then
Mm.
I got my journal right here. So I journal every morning,
Okay.
set the
Daily
goals for the
affirmations.
day. Like, yeah, affirmations, goals, things that I'm grateful for every day, just so I can kind of set my day up for success. And then it'll be whatever's on that day. So if it's a music day, I'll be making music all day. Not necessarily all day, but music. Or if it's a content day, it'll be a lot of content. It's going to be more content days probably coming up, trying to do all 4 or 5 videos a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be like that. And then I'll take a break halfway through the day, an hour or so, and then the other half of the day I'll get right back on either the same thing I was working on, or sometimes I'll shift and do, if I was doing content in the morning, I'll do music, in the afternoon.
Okay.
And that's it. I usually try and wrap up at like 7 or something.
Right.
So
Okay. Not too bad. Not too
yeah,
bad. Okay.
it's
So
all, it's nice.
yeah. So I know you
So,
mentioned now, talking about other hobbies that you have besides music production, you said that you like yoga. Is there any other hobbies or things you like to partake in?
oh yeah, I play basketball.
Basketball. Okay. Okay.
I
So do you
played
have a,
basketball in high school. So
okay,
yeah,
you have a nice shoe collection then?
I do. Yeah, I got some Jays. I got some. I got some Damian Lillard, some Steph Currys. I got a few. Yeah.
You got a few. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Basketball. You got to stay active somehow in some way. And you said, you like to work out, do yoga, play basketball. It's all good things to get outside and do, the sun to give you the vitamin D that everybody needs. And also too, it kind of helps you release any other tensions that I find like when you are physical and you do something before you go into music production. I feel like it kind of gives you more of like a at ease, like you took like
Oh yeah.
a brain relaxer beforehand because you're not so tense, and then you're able to go into your
Totally.
session and you're able to fully gravitate to the energy that you had going into this with the ideas that you had to give it your all and go from there. 100%, 100%. Is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to or anything that you would like to promote? Is there anything that you would like to promote or anyone you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, check out my playlist on Spotify. I've got, I grow it, organically through like different, uh, what's ads and stuff like that. So yeah, I grow through ads and stuff like that to get people interested in it, but I update it regularly every week, and it's got like, I'm nearing 10,000 followers on it. So I try to shout out guys like you and me, like upcoming artists. So people that don't want to dig around for their music, but
Yeah.
they want to find fresh stuff that's not just by the big guys, they should follow that playlist because I got it every week there. So one more too that I wanted to shout out was my second mentor that I've had, and the one that's been probably the most important has been Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
He's released a lot of stuff with Nightbase.
Yes.
We've been working together all last year, and he's thanks to him because he's the one that's been able to make the biggest difference for me personally. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, shout out Shadows. I definitely have some stuff on my SoundCloud. I came across a remix that he did. I don't know if it was just recently or maybe like 6 months ago, but I've been playing it nonstop back and forth. So I've been making some music as well. And it's great that,
Diplo one?
yeah, I would have to find it when I'm done. I'll tell you when we're done with this recording. I'll tell you which one it is. But definitely that Shadows has also been making great music, and it's great that you have a mentor to give you all that knowledge and help with music production questioning, and also just kind of help you point you in the right direction for things. So shout out him and shout out that playlist. If you're not following it, make sure to hit the follow after this. We'll leave the link in the description below. Go ahead and hit that follow and stay up to date with all the new music that is coming out from all these artists that need a platform to be heard. I want to say thank you again for taking the time out of your day to doing this Storytime Spotlight and for doing the breakdown of your new track, which is out now on the Chapter 5 compilation of the book club. My name is Matt Campbell. This is Halcyon. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day.
See you guys.
Woo! All right.